When I woke up this morning, this was not the video I was planning to be making. So I looked at my Discord server and a bunch of people were saying, did you know that the Linux experiment was banned from YouTube? And I had to think for a moment, wait, the Linux experiment, the guy who makes videos about elementary OS, Linux hardware, and is probably one of the most PG guys in the entire Linux creator world. That Linux experiment. So I went over to his Twitter account just to make sure that people weren't just spreading some random rumor. And yep, it turns out that Nick was banned from YouTube. So just to make sure that was actually still happening and it wasn't just some minor glitch in the system, I went over to his channel and yep, 404 not found, so it looks like the channel actually has been deleted. And at least as of this recording, it doesn't seem like anybody actually knows why. Nick doesn't know why, I don't know why, his viewers don't know why. It doesn't even seem like YouTube support actually knows why, because they haven't actually given him any sort of reasonable response. Basically, you've got the normal automatic response from YouTube being like, hey, your account was terminated. We'll look into it. It's somewhere in here. It's in one of these threads. It should be here? Yes, here we go. Thanks for reaching out. We passed this along to our team to take a closer look, and we appreciate your patience. It's like, okay, sure. And the only response he's gotten back from Google is this here saying that account is not associated with an active Google account. Like, yes, that's the problem here. We know that. Currently, there is one working theory worth talking about, and then the others are just the general YouTube conspiracy stuff, like YouTube doesn't like Linux, or YouTube doesn't like free and open source software. But if that was the case, everybody in the Linux world would be completely gone. So the one theory that makes some level of sense is the last video he was going to do is for the announcement of the winner of the Aura 15 giveaway. Now, this is a laptop by Tuxedo. It looks like a cool device, but the way he was doing the giveaway was basically by getting people to comment on the video. Now, this seems like fairly standard practice for the way that people on YouTube do giveaways. They'll say, hey, if you want to be in the running for this thing, subscribe to the video, maybe like it, and leave a comment. So there doesn't seem to be anything weird about that, but YouTube may be changing their terms of service around that, and that may have been what set it off. That is literally the only idea that makes any level of sense. But the funny thing is, literally yesterday, I was watching a channel that I think had, 2 million or so subs, doing the exact same thing. I don't know why it would be set off in Nick's case then, and not for that other case. I genuinely don't know. YouTube is really inconsistent in the way they actually apply their rules, and will sometimes hit just random channels that don't seem like they're making that much of an effect, just because they're doing everything with machine learning. Now, linked to the giveaway, he was also going to be scraping the YouTube comments to, work out who the winner was actually going to be. And some people have theorized that maybe this is what set it off, but once again, that doesn't really make any sense because that's also just standard practice for doing these giveaways. I really hope that Nick gets his channel back, and I really hope that he finds out why this actually happened, because from what I understand, he didn't actually have any community strikes on his channel whatsoever. So to be instantly terminated because of that, something pretty bad had to have been set off inside YouTube systems. Very likely they were testing something out and he just happened to get pinged by it, but at this stage we're not really sure. And if you happen to know someone at Google or know someone at YouTube who can help, if you're one of those kids who are like, my dad works at Microsoft, but your dad actually does work at Google or YouTube, that would be very helpful in this case, and you can get in contact with him over on his Twitter. I don't think he has his email here, no, so his Twitter seems like the easiest way to do it. He does also have his other channel, his gaming channel, still up, so if you want to go comment on that one to leave him support, please go and do so. That would be really awesome. I don't care whether you like Nick, or you like Elementary OS, or you like any of the videos he's ever made. I don't think that's important whatsoever. What I think is important here is that it doesn't seem like Nick has done anything out of the ordinary. He's been going about his channel the way that anyone normally would do so, and he hasn't, from what we've seen, broken any of the terms of service, and if he has, We don't know what he's done to actually break them. So I hope that he gets his channel back soon. And if you do want to go watch his videos, they are still available if you go over to his Odyssey. Luckily, he actually did have a backup like most people should. I don't care if you like Odyssey or you like BitChute or you like anything like that. You should have a backup somewhere. Luckily, he did have one, so I guess that is something. This is going to be the next video that I upload, and I know it hasn't been a fun one, but I think it was a really important video. I don't know whether this is going to be dealt with by the time this goes up at 6:30 AM Wednesday UTC plus 9:30. If it has been dealt with, good job YouTube, you did what you're supposed to do, and I hope it doesn't happen again, and this video can just be here basically as a, I guess, recap of what happened that day that Nick was banned. If it hasn't been dealt with, please go over to Nick's Twitter and his gaming channel and show him some support. And if you can help him in any way, please go and do so. And to any of the other Linux creators out there, if you have any way to support Nick, I really hope you go and do so as well. Whether that's through a video or even just a community post or just something. I think that when something like this does happen, especially to someone as uncontroversial as Nick, we should all just group together and support this person. At least for now, that's going to be it for me. I guess if you want to, there is the Patreon linked down below. Become one of these awesome people over here. But right now, honestly, Nick deserves the support way more than I do. So please go and help him out. I'm going to go make some tea or have a drink or something. I've got drinks sitting on my floor still from the stream the other weekend. And enjoy the rest of my day. So that's going to be it for me. And I'm out.